Hey guys, Cam for 15, back at open another video for you guys. Back talking another new anime for this spring slate of 2025. And I'm here to talk about the new anime that came out from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Now, I know the show started airing, and I'm doing both episode reviews. If you're wondering, why did you not talk about episode number one? Well, because I actually realized that this show was actually on Amazon Prime. I did not know that. I thought it was on Crunchyroll or High Dive. I didn't know. And at first I thought like, oh, did it air early because of Japanese things and we're just gonna get at a later date? No. I found out it's on Amazon Prime. It's got a same day dub, same day sub situation. Okay, so it's on Amazon Prime. So if you do want to watch this show, you're gonna have to have an Amazon Prime subscription. Otherwise, I guess you're gonna have to go ho ho ho, pirates alive for me, right? But yeah, I'm really liking the show. I'm really liking the show. It's really freaking dope. It's cool. I like it. And basically, the show is about our boy named Barrel. He's kind of like a middle-aged man, and he's like a really good swordsman, and he's just been living off in the countryside. And essentially, you have it to where one of his former students he trained, named Citrus, comes back. She's in like the Royal Army and everything, and she basically requests him to come basically teach, and be a teacher to their knights, right? And he's reluctant at first, but eventually he goes to do that because that's what he does in the second episode. But I found it absolutely hilarious when I'm watching the first episode how his father is like, "So, are you ever gonna get married so you can give me some grandchildren? I would like to see some grandchildren before I die, right?" And you just have it to where he's like, "Why do you want me to get married so bad?" So it's funny because then when his previous student comes back in Citrus, right? He's like, "Oh, well, that means you got big things ahead of you, Barrel. Also, too, maybe you can actually find yourself a woman in the freaking kingdom, and give me a damn grandchildren child." And also, too, he makes the mention. It's funny because like he's like, "You know what? Actually, unless you want to, you want to marry your freaking student over here, and give her a grandchild, it's all right." And Barrel, he's kind of like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no, no, we're not gonna do that." Like, plus, I'm like, kind of like a lot older than she is, right? And it's funny because Citrus is just like, you know, age doesn't really matter to me personally. I'm just like, oh, that's very much interesting, which that it's basically furthered, like, known only in episode one, but even in episode two, it's clear you can see why Citrus has feelings for Beryl. Like, he trained her, she looked up to him, and she actually fell for him. And in a weird way, in the second episode, he kind of did save her from these other dudes, right? So it makes sense. And then plus the fact that she worked her entire way up, due to Barrel's teachings, to basically, get to the top rank, to basically give approval to get him to come into the kingdom and basically be like an instructor, right? Only tells me like she definitely is in love. Like, there's moments in the episodes where she's talking about like, we could technically classify this as a date. And Barrel's like, "Wait, what did you say?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing, nothing, nothing." So I guess that's gonna be the ongoing gag with him and Citrus, or maybe any of his other girl students that he has. But like, legitimately, also that's another thing too. Like, Citrus isn't just the only student he trained. We like get like three or four other girls. We're actually, yeah, like, no, actually, like two more girls, no, three more girls that he actually like trained. Like, we see this other knight who knows Citrus. He trained her when she was young. Citrus has this budding rivalry with this other girl, right? And the way they pan it, like, she's like a muscular girl, but then she's got big boobs and everything. I can't lie, she's kind of hot. But we find out like he trained her, like he found her when she was a child, lost, and then he took her in and took care of her. and then basically trained her in the ways of the sword, and she's now a super strong swordswoman. And then we even have it to where like he recognizes one black hair girl, where this girl's like, "You don't recognize me? Oh, I'm so and so," and he's like, "Oh yeah." The man has a literal harem of these young girls, right? These probably like middle to late 20-year-old girls, right? And they already all want his you know what. They're like, "We're in love with you. You trained us, and now that we're older now, we want your you get my point." They want to have his child. Clearly Citrus is right now the leading candidate. Honestly, I like Citrus the most. The next would probably be the redheaded girl. I don't know her name yet. Forgot her name, whatever, but those are probably my two favorite girls, right? So that's the thing. I don't know if he's gonna ever. I don't know if by the end of the story he's gonna hook up with actually like one of his fucking students. If he does, I think the one that probably makes the most sense is probably Citrus. But we'll see. But it's fun. It's just funny and hilarious and everything about this dude. He kind of doesn't have any confidence. Like he's nothing special, but he actually is like pretty special. Um, and that's the thing. Like I don't know where the show's gonna go in terms of like like stakes and seriousness could get, because right now like the first two episodes we just seen him training, right? Because we even seen like the first in the first episode that he goes up against one of like this hotshot like freaking swords dude, and at first I was thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like the freaking dick, he's gonna show this dude up, and he's gonna beat him fairly easily, everybody else can be impressed, but this guy's gonna be like fuck, hate him. And then also maybe he may have a thing for Citrus too, and he can clearly see that Citrus has a thing for Barrel, and he could be like maybe a freaking reoccurring antagonist to where he wants to get revenge on Barrel. No, Barrel beats him, and beats him after he uses like a special attack, and this dude is legitimate, is like, "Yes, master, I 100% gonna take whatever you tell me to do. I believe you." And I'm just like, oh, that's actually a change of pace. I thought he was going to be your typical dick of a character that's going to hate Barrel because he's super bad and he just can't realize that he's just not that good. No, he immediately does it. He treats him with the utmost respect. He even says like, I apologize for my rudeness. I should have never treated you like that, knowing how good you are. So, and it's even better the fact like the entire freaking like sword group, they completely respect this guy. They completely respect Barrel. They're just like, "Yes, master, we understand, master." They saw this dude one time get this one win, and they were just like, "Okay, I see why Commander Citrus said you were that damn good. I'm not doubting her again, right?" So you get that nice thing in the second episode. You do get some backstory about Citrus and how she became a swords, and how she get to the rank she was. And you just see like at first she's kind of sucked at the training and she wasn't really that good, but the more repetition she did, she got better, and she ended up actually becoming a really damn good swordsman even as a trainee, right? And they go to do this school test, right? They go to another dojo to do like a freaking training session, right? And his students basically beat this other dojo students fairly easily. Like she beat this one guy pretty easily, and they're walking back to home, and Citrus is like, "Master, what was the point in this? Like, let's be honest, like they were pretty damn weak. Like we beat them pretty easily." And Barrel's just like, "Well, look, just victory isn't everything. Like, the fact that you went up against somebody else is actually good experience for you, and it'll actually prepare you in certain situations, which is actually good. Like, just training with him against like an actual like maybe somebody else competition, that's only going to get you better, and it's good experience. Like even Barrel tells you like, look, regardless how you won or anything, there's always steps and things to take and learn from, of always finding ways to improve. She ended up forgetting her hairpin there, and she ended up going back to go get her hairpin, but then those dudes, the one guy that she ended up beating is leading the other dudes, right? And they're about to gang up on her and beat her down, right? But then Barrel comes in and stops them and easily beats them, and eventually gets to the point where that other dojo's master's like, "What are you boys doing?" And basically the mother master's like, "Look, even if you ganged up on Master Barrel, like you're no match for him, right? You would have all gotten taken down easily." Excuse me. And then you just have it to where like eventually Citrus works so hard, like Barrel had nothing else to teach her, and he's like, "Look, you've learned everything I could teach you, and you're so good. Like, I can't really teach you much of anything." And even though Citra's like, "But I want to stay here. I want to stay here with you and continue to train." And Barrel's just like, "You literally have nothing else to train here for. Like, you went as far as I possibly could teach you. So go out, do what you need to go do, and go get that experience you need." And she leaves. She's, enters into basically the Knights, system, and she basically progresses her way and gets up to the, a high enough point where she actually could recommend this, and you just have it to where, he is able, to basically train him, be brought to the capital and everything. I also found it funny his father basically kicked him out, to go find a wife, but in a way, it was a way to basically, because his father knew, like, I know you're destined for great things. Like, you didn't train all these students, and you're not that good of a swordsman for a reason. Just to be living in the countryside. You're here to do something special, and I'm gonna let you do something special, even though you're basically a middle-aged man, right? But you're really damn strong. So yeah, and then really, realistically, the only other thing was he encounters this other girl, right? And eventually, this other girl by the end of the episode unleashes magic on him, and Barrel pulls out a sword. He's like, something tells me, like, you're not gonna bluff your attack, because I think because earlier in episode 2 she bluffed her attack, but this time she's going all. So I don't know if she's trying to test him or it's something else. But all I do know is Barrel, he's a damn good swordsman, and he's also got himself a damn harem amongst the students. It will be interesting if he ends up having a potential relationship with one of his students, and they end up becoming his wife or something, which would be funny, because then next thing you know, they come back to the countryside. Hey, Dad, I got a child, and next thing you know, his mom's like, "Oh yeah, your dad passed away, actually." That would that would be sad, but that would actually be funny, because it's like, man just wanted to see this band's grandchild. But I don't know if we'll ever have a grandchild anytime soon, especially with the fact that Barrow looks like he's probably like in his early to mid 40s right now. But listen, if you're asking me who I think he should end up with, if he ends up ending up with one of his students, I think it's to be Citrus, but that's just me. Typically, first girls always get the win, but we'll see. But other than that, I enjoyed the show, and I'm definitely looking forward to more, and stuff like that. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button if you want to get more old country bumpkin, or from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman episode review. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Catch you guys in this video. Till then, guys, I will catch you guys in this video. Till then, guys, peace.